Margot Brandenburg, the title of your book is The Power of Impact Investing. First of all, what is impact investing and how is it different from socially responsible investing?
Impact investments are the placement of capital into companies, funds, or other structures with the intent to proactively generate a positive social or environmental impact and a financial return. So, socially responsible investing traditionally focuses on excluding companies that do harm, perhaps engaging in shareholder activism to improve the practices of bad companies. Impact investing is really about that deliberate intent to do proactive good while also making a profit.
I get it. So SRI screens out the smoking and the drinking and the bad stuff. Can you give me an example of impact investing?
Sure, and I do want to emphasize that they are on a continuum, so it's not necessarily black and white. But to give a helpful example, or one that I think contrasts SRI with impact investing, a traditional SRI investor might screen out arms companies, right? They don't want to support violence, and so they'll screen out gun manufacturers. An impact investment that we profile in the book is Liberty United, which sponsors gun collection programs, takes those bullets and that armament, turns it into jewelry that they sell in stores, and then plows those proceeds back into anti-violence programs. So the same goal, reducing violence, achieved through different and possibly complementary ways.
And what kind of returns can impact investors expect? And how do they get into these investments? Does it have to be a private equity venture?
Impact investments really run the gamut in terms of both the financial returns that they promise and the type and the location of the impacts. Last week, JP Morgan and the Global Impact Investing Network released a survey of about 125 impact investors, and they were more or less equally split between investors that were seeking a competitive or risk-adjusted market rate of return and those that were intentionally seeking a below-market rate of return because they were prioritizing their social impacts. So again, we see returns expectations that really vary tremendously. And the type of vehicles that are available have really grown and I would say blossomed in the past 7 years.
And where can investors find them if they want to make some money and do good? So where can they find these vehicles?
Well, it depends in part on what type of investor you are. Are you an accredited investor? Are you a retail investor? Are you investing through your private bank, through your advisor? Are you doing it on your own? One of the chapters in the book really gives specific guidance to investors of all those different types. There's a starting point for everyone, but that starting point will vary depending on who you are and what your current setup is.
So they're out there, but the first step is to read the book. It's a great book, The Power of Impact Investing. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching The Street.